Wow, hey look, it's me again. Um, that time of the year again, Fixtures came out today. And you know what? The fixtures ain't looking too bad. They've spread them out a little bit this time, spaced out some of the difficult games, apart from a little bit later on in the season. It gets a bit tricky, but they did want to start us off with a bang, first home game of the season against Manchester United. I ain't gonna lie, when I first saw that I was like, wow, you know, they really want us to start like that. But yeah, first game of the season, home game of the season, anything can happen, to be honest. It's early and everyone's still rusty, getting their fitness back. So one of those games I ain't too worried about yet. Got to see what happens in the summer, if we make any transfers. But yeah, that should be an exciting home game to be at, to be honest, to start off the season. And also, yeah, I managed to relocate my season ticket. I am now back in the south stand, south lower. Yeah, so I'm excited, I'm happy, man. Back in the atmosphere, safe standing, no more up in the gods. Yeah, I don't think I even showed you like my view where I was sitting in the west stand before. That was a mission, but that's done now. Now, what was it, after United first game, home game, following month, Arsenal, North London derby away. That's always away. The first North London derby, I feel like we always play the Emirates and never win there. I don't want to say next season's going to be different. I ain't got a clue. It's just the way things are when we go to that stadium. We just decide not to play. It's like we let them have the 3 points. And then followed by that, Liverpool. Liverpool is another bogey team. And I don't know why. Because it's like we're jinxed against Liverpool. Or there is a curse. Like there's videos about, and some of them are like 15 minutes long, of showing all the stuff, the near misses, the chances, the disallowed, the clearance off the line, the own goals that we've scored. It's just a mad jinx. It's like we're cursed against Liverpool. We're home this time. I don't know. That's another fixture I'm never really too confident about. But you know what? After we talk about the fixtures, I want to quickly discuss about the manager and the style of playing. So Liverpool, we'll see. And then what we got the following month, Luton away. I'm interested to see what that's going to be like, to be honest, because yeah, that stadium, everyone knows what that stadium's about, and the entrance and all of that, so it's going to be crazy. They should actually be doing that. I think they should start work on that actually now, because you have to have a certain amount of a certain capacity to be playing in the Premier League, and I think there's a level of standard that you got to have. So it's going to be a big change from what the stadium was last season to what it will be this season in the Premier League. So I'm excited to see how they're going to deal with that. After Luton, we face Pochettino next month in November. First time. It's going to be weird, and we're away. We're away first. Stamford Bridge, another team. Like going to Emirates, like going to Anfield. Going to Stamford Bridge is the same. Never get a victory there. It's just cursed. But yeah, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be interesting to see how that works out. I do miss Poch. It's going to be weird seeing him manage Chelsea. I can't really blame him for what he done going to manage Chelsea, because Levy didn't even want him, didn't even approach him. And he wanted to come to us, but Levy just ignored it. So we have to move on from that. We've got to get over it and back the manager that we have now. The following month, not the following month, sorry. This is, I think, April. This is where it gets a bit tricky. We have Newcastle, City, Arsenal, and Liverpool all in a row. That's where it gets a bit sticky. But sometimes when we have those run of difficult games, we usually turn out okay. We usually get quite a few points out of that. So I don't know if I'm going to be nervous in that sense this time around. If you play them singly, when it's just a one-off big game, we're most likely to lose. But when we've got to play big games in a row, we somehow turn up a bit. It's like the players get excited for it, they relish that, and fair enough. Like, if that's what gets them up for it, and we've got to face them in that kind of order, then I'll take it. Last game of the season, Sheffield United. Didn't they just come up? I can't even remember. But yeah, for all we know, we could be sending them back down. I'm not going to get into who I think is going to get relegated. I can only think of one team, and that is literally Luton. I feel bad saying that, but nah, I feel like they'll just go back down. But yeah, today I had the lucky coincidence, I would say, at work. This evening a Scottish gentleman came in and I recognised the accent, so I had to ask him, I was like, sorry, but I recognise the accent, what team do you support? And I was praying he would say Celtic, and he did. He was like, Celtic? First question I had to ask after that, what was Ange like? What was Big Ange like? And he got emotional straight away. He was frothing from the mouth. He was like, let me tell you something, you're lucky. You are very lucky to have him. He's like, he's a fantastic manager. He changed us. We were, I think he was saying that Celtic were like 8 points below Rangers at one point, and he managed to turn them around, and they finished like 12 points above them in the end. He said he turned their team around noticeably within 6 months. He had them playing like fantastic. And so I said to him, I said, oh, so like he's going to have us playing like back to the Pochettino days? And he looked at me and he said, no, better. He said, you'll be playing better than the Pochettino days. With Big Ange, the way he plays football, he really likes to hold the ball, play. He said, I don't want to get too excited and say this is a fact, but this is what came from his mouth. He said he plays like Pep. His style of play is like Pep Guardiola. Keep the ball, passing it, loads of passing, play people off the park. He doesn't like sitting back, counter-attacking, or maybe just high press and then counter-attack or anything like that. It is literally keep that ball, and if you lose it, you press until you get that ball back. And he said he's disappointed that Brendan Rodgers is coming back to Celtic, and he would rather have Big Ange all day long. He said Big Ange is the best manager he's had in his lifetime, and he prefers him over Brendan Rodgers. And I know a lot of people, well, not a lot, but a few were saying that they would prefer to have Brendan Rodgers over Big Ange because Brendan has Premier League experience, which I get is kind of understandable. I wasn't a fan of Brendan Rodgers anyway, I didn't really want him, but to hear it from a Celtic fan himself to say that he preferred Big Ange over Brendan Rodgers and he would rather take him back all day long over Brendan Rodgers, and it really hurts him that he's gone, but he still wishes him the best of luck, and he believes that he will turn Tottenham around. Like, he will have them playing fantastic football, and he said like within this first season he'll have us back in Europe, whether it's Champions League, Europa Conference, I'm not sure, but he said he'll have us back in Europe like just like that next season, and then the following season he thinks that we'll be challenging for titles. So everything he was saying was exciting me, I'm not gonna lie, but I know what we're like, and that all depends on Daniel leaving, whether he's going to back him or not. So with that being said, comment, like, subscribe. I waffled, this video was probably boring, I know, but this is like therapy for me, innit? Just say what I gotta say instead of like blurting it out on Twitter with a certain amount of characters. Maybe doing a mini video on Instagram on a story that will disappear in 24 hours. Now I'll just say what I want to say on here, waffle it and put it out there and never look at it again. Peace.